Good evening. This is the update for Friday, the 24th of September. And there was 10 dividend payments. That was a total of 33 cents. Mostly ordinary dividends, but there was one return of capital and one bonus dividend, which is always nice. Segmented the history. Dividends. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. Glencore paid one ordinary and one bonus. And I think Yara International was the return of capital. So the first payment was from Logitech, and it was in francs, so it was the Swiss one. So ticker symbol is LOGN. It's about 91 francs per share at the moment, based in Switzerland, and there's no details given. This is usually the information they give on the very bottom of most instruments. Let's see if it has the details in this one. No, sorry, that's a completely different company. Yeah, nothing really given, unfortunately. What I do know about it myself is that it's a tech company. It's in the computer peripherals industry, and it pays an annual dividend. And this was an ordinary dividend of 0.56 francs per share, and it was the first one I've received. Number 2 was Quilter. Ticker symbol is QLT. It's about £1.42 per share. It's in the investment services industry, and it's engaged in wealth management business. So it offers financial advice, investment platforms, multi-asset investment solutions, and discretionary fund management offerings. So it's based in London in the UK. Its dividend yield is about 3.5%, and it pays a semi-annual dividend. And this was an ordinary dividend of 1.7 pence per share, paid twice a year, but this was the first one that I received from them. Now its quarterly profit margin is less than 1%, and over the last year is about 8.5%. Its quarterly debt to assets is about 97.5%, and annually is about 97%. And its annual cash flow from operating is £1.45 billion, from investing is negative £1.47 billion, and from financing is negative £305 million. Next was BHP Group. Ticker symbol is BHP. It's also based in the UK. It's about £18.70 per share, and it's in the metal mining industry. So it's a producer of various commodities, which includes iron ore, metallurgic coal, copper, and uranium. And its segments include petroleum, copper, iron ore, and coal. Dividend yield is about 5.5%, and it pays a semi-annual dividend. This was for £1.44 per share, and it pays that dividend twice a year. This is ordinary. This was an ordinary dividend payment. Now its quarterly profit margin is about 22%. Over the last year is about 18.5%. Its quarterly debt to assets is about 53%, and over the last year is about 54%. And its annual cash flow from operating is 15.71 billion, from investing is negative 7.5 billion, and from financing is negative 9.75 billion. Next was Yara International. Ticker symbol is YARIY. It's about $25 per share at the moment. So it's based in Norway, but the stock is on the US markets. It produces, distributes, and sells nitrogen-based mineral fertilizers and related industrial products. So it has segments in crop nutrition, industrial, and production. Its current dividend yield is 4.47%, but this was a return of capital of 87 cents per share, It pays a dividend once a year, and I don't know how much it ordinarily pays in a dividend. I haven't received one from them yet. Quarterly profit margin is about 14%, and over the last year is about 6%. Quarterly debt to assets is about 54%, and over the last year is about 51%. And its annual cash flow from operating is about 2 billion, from investing is 248 million, and from financing is negative 1.23 billion. Next is Glencore, which paid twice today. Ticker symbol is GLEN. It's about £3.31 per share. And it's in the energy sector in the coal industry. It's a Switzerland-based diversified natural resource company that produces and markets commodities. So it has an industrial segment engaged in copper, zinc and lead, nickel, ferroalloys, alumina and aluminum, iron ore and silver production. And it has interest in industrial assets that includes mining, smelting, refining and warehouse operations. It also has a coal mining and an oil production operation. Dividend yields about 2.6%, and the ordinary dividend I received was for 4.37 pence per share. Sorry. And the bonus dividend was for 2.91 pence per share. But they're both the first ones I've received. It usually pays a dividend twice a year. Its quarterly profit margin is about 1%, and over the last year is about negative 1%. Its quarterly debt to assets is about 69%, and over the last year is about 68%. And its annual cash flow from operating is 2.66 billion, from investing is negative 2.71 billion, and from financing is negative 320 million. Next is Wolters Kluwer. Ticker symbol is WKL. So it's about €95 per share at the moment. It's based in the Netherlands, and it's a tech company in the software in the software and programming industry. So it provides information, software and services to legal, business, tax, accounting, finance, audit, risk, compliance and healthcare professionals worldwide. It has a dividend yield of about 1.5%. and it pays a dividend twice a year. This was an ordinary dividend of 45 cents per share. So its quarterly profit margin is about 16%, and over the last year is about the same, about 15.5%. Its quarterly debt to assets is about 75%, and over the last year is about 75%. And its annual cash flow from operating is 1.2 billion. From investing is negative 563 million, and from financing is negative 627 million. Next is a pretty well-known monthly paying stock. It's Prospect Capital. Ticker symbol is PSEC. So it's about $8 per share at the moment. And it's a financial services company, primarily lending and investing in middle market privately held companies. It's a closed-end investment company. Now its dividend yield is about 9%, but it does have a slightly negative earnings per share. It pays a dividend every month, and it usually pays 5 cents per share. Its quarterly profit margin is 177%. Nice. And over the last year is negative 2.6%. So it had a very good quarter. Its quarterly debt to assets is 39%, and over the last year is 42%. And its annual cash flow from operating is 429 million, and from financing is negative 491 million, closer to 492 million. Second last, we have AGN. Ticker symbol is AGN. So it's about €4 per share at the moment, based in the Netherlands, and it's in the life insurance industry. It's an international life insurance, pensions and asset management company. So it includes segments in the Americas, in the United Kingdom, in the Netherlands, Central and Eastern Europe, Asia, and AGN Asset Management. Dividend yields about 3.36%, and it pays a dividend twice a year. This one was for 6 cents per share, which is up 1 cent from the last one. Last one I received was 5 cents per share. So its quarterly net income is 843 million, and over the last year is 44 million. Its quarterly debt to assets is about 94%, and over the last year is also about 94%. And its annual cash flow from operating is negative 2.85 billion, from investing is negative 139 million, and from financing is negative 778 million. And the last one is AstraZeneca. Ticker symbol is AZN. So it's about £88.38 per share, based in the UK, and it's a healthcare company in the biotechnology and drugs industry. Focuses on discovery and development of products which are then manufactured, marketed and sold. So here has areas including oncology, cardiovascular, renal and metabolic and respiratory. Also has autoimmunity, infection and neuroscience. Has approximately 22 projects in late stage development, either in phase 3, pivotal phase 2 studies, or under regulatory review. Nice, 43 projects in phase 2. 38 projects in phase 1. They're busy. So current dividend yield is 2.56%, and it pays a dividend twice a year. This one was for 64.8 pence per share, but it's the first one that they've sent me. Its quarterly profit margin is about 12%, and over the last year is about 5%. Its quarterly debt to assets is about 80%, and annually is about 78%. And its annual cash flow from operating is 2.97 billion, from investing is negative 657 million, and from financing is negative 1.76 billion. So that was it for all of Friday's dividends. Sorry, it's a little bit late for me to be putting it up Saturday night or Saturday evening now. Yeah, my sleeping schedule is backwards, so I'm becoming nocturnal for a little while. I've been waking up very late. Well, that was it for today, and I hope that you found this useful.